how do you get enough food if you're trying to do one meal a day? It's interesting because we talk about mindful eating, right? And most people think of mindful eating as, well, I better shut it down now. I mean, I've had enough at this meal and there's another meal coming up in 4 hours. So I'll mindfully push my plate away and stop eating now, knowing that I can eat later. I used to think that people who ate one meal a day had to be mindful that they didn't overeat. Because it was the one meal a day, they must be very gluttonous by that time of day. Most people who eat one meal a day kind of have to be mindful that they eat enough. And that's because they've gotten so good at this sort of closed loop, so good at this metabolic flexibility, so good at taming their hunger, appetite, and cravings, that those primal instincts of hunger, appetite, and cravings no longer run the brain and say we have to eat or we're going to die. And they're very comfortable with the one meal a day concept. I think, over time, you just arrive at a very intuitive approach to this. If you're somebody who has gotten to the point where you are fine going all day long and then eating just one meal a day, you're going to be intuitive enough that you know what the right amount is. And it might not be at this meal, it might be over the course of several days. You might undereat a little bit at this meal and overeat at the meal the next day. But that's how the body works. The body doesn't work from meal to meal or from hour to hour or even from day to day. The body works over periods of time to adjust how it combusts the fuel, the temperature at which it sets the body temperature, the hormonal regulation. All of these things kind of fall into place over a longer period of time. So to think in terms of one meal to the next or one day to the next is probably ineffective in terms of trying to strategize. I think it's more like, okay, if I've been eating one meal a day for the last week, how do I feel at the end of a week? Do I feel like I needed to eat more food, or should I have eaten less food? Those are all, look, this is my wish for everyone who ever reads anything I've ever written, is I want you to live your life intuitively. I want you to just know, just be confident that you're doing the right thing, the thing that's right for you at this time. To not feel guilty about, oh my God, I think I overdid it. To not be second guessing yourself, oh, what would Mark say in this case? To not be so dogmatic or orthorexic that you have to keep track of every calorie and I want you to just cruise through life with grace and ease and just enjoy every moment and not have to think about it, but have it come naturally to you.